Hello and welcome to episode 72 of our Midlands map. We are at Sunday's Guest Station. Yes, it was an easy one. I'm just going to say it right now. Obviously, it's New Street. Birmingham New Street, that is. And, yes. It had to come. We couldn't leave it out forever. Anyway, it's a busy one. As I promised on Sunday, we get to have a look at the few changes I made to both the north and south junctions at New Street. Mainly for scheduling our trains out of New Street. It should help a little bit. We got a busy one today as well. I'm hoping to complete the cross-city line, he says, to both Redditch and Bromsgrove, and get all the relevant services on. Bit of an experiment coming up for that. I don't know how well it's going to go. Bromsgrove is going to do one thing, Redditch is going to do another. It'll be interesting, and we've got some new trains obviously to put on, so we'll probably replace our cross-city trains with those. Maybe two different types, even though they're the same. Anyhow, as a cross-city train comes up into New Street, and we have I don't know what that is, a Midlands service sat waiting to depart. Okay, anyhow, the winner who got in with an incredible 30 seconds, Twover Games, for his third station, and he's got a biggie. I appreciate that some of you can't make it to the beginning. I hope you play along at home. It probably went something along the lines of, "Grand, that's New Street. It's easy. Did you have to?" But yeah, so congratulations, Twover Games. You have a hat trick of stations, the first to get 3. I'm probably going to think of a way to get it. Those of you who want to be involved but can't show up for the beginning of the episode involved, I don't know. That'll be for Transport Fever 2. No doubt we'll be doing recreations there as well. Right then, shall we get on with the episode? Busy. Let's zoom out. Okay, we're going to bring up the UI straight away. What issues? No issues concerning us. Let's bring up the speed. There we go. The junctions, I forgot one. I forgot a bit there. I don't think it will matter. It's not really going to do anything. But they are 15 miles an hour speed limit there. We go up to 15 into the tunnel somewhere where it's 25 all the way up to here. We'll probably do something with actual speed limits there as well later on. We also have a few two-way signals in the tunnel. They're acting as clearing signals so that trains can depart quicker once the back end of our trains pass this mark here in the tunnel. Same applies for this junction. You can see all the ballast they use. Again, with the tunnels being 25 and 45 there. And then it's normal up to the tunnel. Same this side, 25 and 45. I don't know the actual speed limits. If someone does know the speed limits, I'll happily change them. It certainly helps the trains when they're coming through. Let's get rid of the speed. But it helps the trains coming into the station not tear through these points all over the place, and these switches. It's not good when they're like doing 25 to 30 over these. Not how they do. They would derail, and they'd break the switch at least. There we go. That works, doesn't it? It just adds a bit more to it. Okay, so that's what I did. It seems to be working. We got a bit of a bottleneck when I was testing it. For Guest the Station on Sunday, I was sat there and all the trains just weren't moving. So this is better. They all kind of flow much nicer with the clearing signals there. Hopefully they don't get stuck. We could sort that out though, because we can turn them back into New Street if necessary. Okay, what are we doing today? We're heading out this way. We'll remember that we did all this. First thing, this is a turnaround and a stable. I've been reliably informed it used to be a freight terminal. So with that in mind, we're actually going to get rid of the passenger station. It does have a platform, but what I want to do is put in a little freight station, because they have a little platform too, and it's a little different. So we'll go with that. Oh, we'll need one where we can remove. Oh, can we remove the building? Please say I can remove the building. I think you can on this one. Station building, no. There we go. This might work for us because no one's going to get on board. There we go. It's going to be lovely. So let's do that, and we'll make it 120. I think that represents it quite nicely, because we're not going to be dropping freight there. What we're going to be doing is turning around our Longbridge trains. We're going to represent that today. It's going to be the first one. Let's connect it up so it doesn't complain. It's going to be the first one representing peak time trains and also nighttime trains. So we are going to have a service that stops here. It's only going to have 2 trains on it. It's not going to be very regular. Or very frequent, I should say. Okay, we need to change this a little bit. This is going to go back to about there, a little past here. I need to set that up correctly. And this. Eventually, we'll, for some of the more important sections, we are going to, we'll do that at 40, have the correct speed limits in places. Just to represent that a little better. Now then, Barnt Green. Barnt Green is a fun station. You'll be pleased to know, since we've got a busy schedule ahead of us, that I have done the station. I messed this up. I also want to raise this up so we can sort of get the feeling of the Licky incline, which it sort of does, you'll be pleased to know. I did test it, sort of. Just not too in depth, but I did test it, and we have a bit of a gradient going down here. Possibly not as good as the Licky incline, but we might be able to drop the station down a touch and force it to be a bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, official episode. Look at that. Brilliant. So that's in. We're going to bring this up at a steady climb to make sure we've got a little bit of height. I mean, it already does, but I want it to be... a fixed climb. We're going to set that straight, and then we're going to hold shift and page up and just do it 3 times, nice and gentle. And we're going to hopefully get it going off to the side here, which it does. We've got it playing. We're in 1948, so it will be in 1949. So there we go. That should be raising up slightly. We'll do one more. There we go. That should be now raising up slightly so that we can come back down and try and get the incline as best as possible. I hope this junction isn't too terrible. We're going to go back to there, and then we're going to have this closer to Longbridge than it should be. But hopefully it does the trick. We'll do that at 40. There we go. And then we're going to 3 tracks. Are you still raising up? Hope so. We'll just do 3, just in case it's not. I know we're a little bit far from Barnt Green there, but that's because we destroyed a bit of it to get here. It should grow back without any worries. Shortly it won't look like this, as it heads in to 2 track. This is a dead end. We don't bring this one any further. Now this middle one is where we're going to connect to. We need this to actually go straight. That should do us. How is that looking? We've got a bit of height on it. I would have preferred some more, but it starts to look a bit silly. All right then. Everything's condensed. We've got to get over to Alvechurch as well. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Now, station time. If we go into passenger stations, I have, hopefully it's remembered it. There we go. I have Barnt Green already done. Are we going to get enough room to get this in? I hope so. It's going to go about that. Where are we? There's Barnt Green. We actually need a better angle than that. What we need to be doing... Yeah, you're not nearly enough angle. We need to kind of be more like that. We need to swing that out more. That's unfortunate. I'll do that quickly. We can just go up to there, I think. Not that. I didn't need to delete that one. We'll come out a little more. I prefer not to lose too much there. Perfect. We'll keep that like that. That's a better angle. We can do that. That's much better. Okay, so we want to use this one to connect to. There we go. 70. Ooh, go on. 75. You can do it. You're going to go straight. And that's where we're connecting in. We're going to slightly exaggerate it. And you're about right now. That's perfect. Get in there. How are you looking? Are you Barnt Green? You certainly are. Okay. I think we've got it. This won't be too quick. I'll take 30 on that. Because that's going to be trains switching over the slower trains that stop at Longbridge. We are going to have some trains that head through Longbridge and don't stop there. These do this. So I would imagine that's not going to be overly fast either. And then I think we've got it if this connects in. Oh, come on. Oh, you don't want to, do you? Can you do it from there? Yes, you can. Oh, it's this bit it can't do. Is it because we're on a... There we go. We did it, guys. It's a bit... That's a bit aggressive, isn't it? Might have to rework that. Gaming was trying to tell me, wasn't it? Transport was like, no, Grand, it's going to look awful if you try and do it like that. I was hoping to get the angle on this better and remove the platforms, but it does some strange things. We'll go and take a look at the settings shortly. We might have to come in a bit better. That's smoother. There we go. We'll do it like that instead. Does that work better? I'm much happier with that. And we don't have too much in the way of jaggies. Just a bit of texture difference. I'll take it. We're in. Barnt Green's in. Going to be an important station for us. As it's where the trains split to go one way and the other. Everything's so condensed. Like we're nearly at Longbridge. Okay, now Alvechurch. We swing around quite aggressive here, which I do not mind, and it's not going to be very quick either. And this one, we wiggle our way down to Redditch, and we do have a station. What I'm hoping for is to get a bit of a... There we go. Bit of a bridge there, so that's going to work for us. Slightly head towards Alvechurch. There's a bridge here, and then we're going to swing back down. And hopefully we can get this bridge in. Let's put the road in. We'll have our road going underneath, like so. Maybe we can get our bridge in. We raise that up. Yes, we can. We can do that. What we'll do, use our little trick where we drop it down either side so that it's encouraged to put feet down and it thinks it's a bridge. There you go. You did it. Now, we are going to head down a touch as well. I don't mind the bridge. No. You know what? Do that afterwards. Because we're going to do this first. There we go. Beautiful. You're in. Oh, you're not in. Grand. Think about it. You don't want that bridge. You want the cool one. We actually want... This one would be perfect. Put that in. With the girders. There we go. Now we're going to head down in a second. Straight after the bridge, we've got a single track. We turn into a single track here. Can we get it? We might be able to get that to 35. We go back to a double track straight after at the station. 40 is kind of perfect. There we go. It's not too bad, is it? We already have this road coming off here. I'll figure out what the actual roads are. I've done a lot of research on services for us today. And we've managed to destroy a building early on. Excellent. Fortunately for Bromsgrove, the station's right out at the side, so they survive. Okay, let's hook these up so they don't complain. Doesn't really matter where they go at the moment. We'll hook one up there. And we'll send you up to there. There we go. That'll do for that for now. One station in. Lovely. Now we're going to head down to Bromsgrove. And in order to get the incline, the Licky incline is just here. We can possibly, he says, I've made the station. Oh, I didn't show you, did I? The settings. Goodness me. Okay, are we on it now? It was a fairly simple, straightforward. You use the triangle station here. 2 tracks either side. Center position, we don't worry about any of the transit tracks. We got the radius on the B side at 250. Both track lengths 160 meters. You can times that by about 4 for how long the actual station is. Change the height to be more representative of UK, especially with our models. Width, I went with 6 meters. Yes, for all the platforms. I did a slight angle on the covering, which brings in the B-side track, the one on the left, on the right there. Good remembering your left and right. Roof length 25. Now, I said there's a bit of a problem. If you hit 0, let's see what happens. So we have to have a bit of a covering, but it's okay. Don't need to touch the block length. And I've put a little platform variation so that it's not so plain. And that's about your lot. No main entry. I have removed the entries on A and C. I just left that alone. A and B with green for West Midlands Railway. Okay, so that was that station. For Bromsgrove, I've gone with the advanced station, not that one. It doesn't matter which one. But I've gone with the newer one. And that's all Bromsgrove is going to be. And, oh, I didn't mean to put that in. Just throw it in like that. And do not do that. There we go, smooth that back out. Didn't happen. We want to be at the same angle there as Barnt Green. Although Barnt Green isn't really at the right angle. So what we'll do is we'll keep Bromsgrove at a better angle, which is going to be more like that. That's how Barnt Green should have been, this platform. But it would have been too tight to come round there. But we can do it with Bromsgrove. So we'll go in here, make sure we drop it down a couple. Really want to get this incline in a little bit. Or a lot of bit. Our mainline tracks are going to be the middle. You see we're climbing up quite aggressively. That is brilliant. And we're just going to hook into there and let the game figure the rest out. I don't know whether it might slow down into Barnt Green. So I'll take 65. If we switch it to... Yeah, it's going to be 80. That is absolutely perfect. When we upgrade, that is. Let's put you in. I think we got enough of an incline there. Yeah, that's nice. It could have been better, I know. But we've done a good job. I'll take it. We do have a strange bit of track in the middle that we're going to do as well. It splits off and goes around. I'm gonna look at that more closely when we come to the detailing side of that. What I want to do today is get the main infrastructure in and get the services running. We can just come out like this for now. And you can just go into there. We're going to extend from there. Don't panic. That is just going in. Now, did you pick the right one? Probably not. You want to be Bromsgrove. Bromsgrove. Okay. I just had a look at the time. I'm hoping to do this within about the first half so that we can get the services sorted. Are we happy with it so far? Right then. Alfchurch we need to get in. Although it looks like it's raised up. It's on a bit of a hill. So as you can see, we've come down quite aggressively. To ground level, are we aiming for Redditch? We're not really, are we? We need to be... I might even go for 45 as this is a little commuter line. You know what? Since every train, I think, stops here, we might as well just go 40s. It's going to be a little closer to Redditch than I would like. Okay, let's put in Alfchurch Station. It is 2 platforms. And we're just going to plonk it in like that. I think that'll do us. We are still on a bit of a climb, aren't we, there? Let's just put that in and see how that looks. Alfchurch, brilliant. We'll connect these up. We'll go straight out. We can always bring up the town a little bit, if need be. We're not doing anything fancy. We're just hooking up right now. And do you know where that can go? Right there. There we go. We'll detail this and we'll bring it up. So it doesn't look like there's a massive climb there. What we really want to do is get it just so it's up a little bit. So it looks like there's a little bit of a raised track bed. So far so good, guys. We might get this done. Oh, I've just noticed something about... We're going to have to delete this. I just noticed a little something that I would like to recreate with Alfchurch. You're probably saying as I was doing it, Grand. It's not quite like that. Yes, I know. I saw it at the last second. Firstly, there's no roof. So we'll get rid of the roof. We don't need excessive platform width either. We don't need any of the platform. There's no roof. Yes, get rid of that. And platform variation. Do that to normal. What we want to do... It's not really on both sides. There's no other road on the other side. That might work, actually. Do you know what? Yes, let's not bring this over here, because that's not what it does. We're not going to have a connection the other side. We're going to smooth all that out. There's actually a river that runs that side on over here. So there wouldn't be a road, would there? So we're going to put you on the right side. There we go. That's better. And also, we are going to change the offset to 10%. Just, oh no, let's do 20%. Will that work? It sort of does and it sort of doesn't. Mind you, that's about flat, isn't it? If we do that, knock that back a bit and head out, will that work for us? Brilliant. Brilliant. And then we'll have a junction here. This is how it goes. We've got some single track going along. It's obviously a bit longer than that in real life. This is just going to head off straight. It's a bit raised up. We're already at Redditch. Goodness me. You might have to head down a touch. Oh, we have a BR Class 12, BR Black. And we got some trains to change as well. You're going to come around here. And eventually you're going to head back in. Now then, Redditch. Where are we going to go for Redditch? We could drop it further. Since Redditch is huge. Absolutely huge. So, yes. First off, we need to fix their center roads where their name is. When you put in the settings, no initial roads, it will make those weird roads there that you can see under the names. Probably a bug. Right then. That's done, that is done. Now time for Redditch. Redditch is not going to be anything too fancy. We're not going to do any of the offset platforms for this, and it is only a single track, and we're going to lose one of the sides leftmost. That'll do us, and we're going to have our connection at the back, and we'll hand make this station when it comes to it. We'll put it on, will it be C? Oh, okay, so we're going to need to do it via the surface, not that one. It will be the other one. It will be right surface. There we go, we got it. That's going to be Redditch then. And obviously to give it a bit more distance, we're going to have it further down. And then we can do all the detailing. We're going to have it somewhere like here. And we're just going to scoot all the way up and meet our track. Okay, we're going to have to get rid of you, I'm afraid. Like I said, detailing will come. Okay, that is actually pretty spot on, isn't it? I like that. You're going to go single track from there. 40 should do you. Beautiful. It'll be interesting to see how the AI handles this. The reason I didn't put a terminus station is it doesn't have a platform at the end. It does indeed have a buffer. So that works quite well for us. Obviously, we don't have to worry about roads being at the back here. Just slide right around there and in there. Perfect. Here we go. That's how we'll have that for now. We are in. We are in. I'm happy with that. We've got all the things in. Okay, you can connect back up to there. That is fine. There's kind of a parking area, nothing special, running down the side for Alv Church. Feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Not sure about the pronunciations for a lot of the areas around the Midlands. I mean, where I grew up in East Anglia, you could say the same. They have some... We call them some local things as well. Local things. Good description, Gran. Good description. We'll just make some roads for them to rebuild and do a little bit of destruction in the meantime. Why not? Pop you in there. Pop you in over there. There we go. We'll do some proper roads. I had a look at the buses. We might not get those in today, but I have my eye on a couple of bus routes that run out of Kings Norton and go north and south. It's going to be a few of the... Get that up there. It's going to be a few of the more local services rather than all the houses. Okay, I don't know what's happening with this road, so what we'll do, we'll just hook you down to there for now. I think that will do us. Look at all these rocks. I spent all my time researching all the services, watching various trains at, and trying to figure out where the trains head. The good news is, it's not just going to be West Midlands Railway out here. It's also going to be, if we take a look, Tewkesbury somewhere. Where are you? Ashchurch and Tewkesbury. Down here, Tewkesbury. Down here, we do have that in. And there is some cross-country trains that stop there, that head down to Cardiff. Yes, so we can have those cross-country trains in. There's also a Paignton cross-country service that does something slightly different, but heads the same way. It actually skips Tewkesbury, but given this is the last thing on the map, and it's very close to the edge, we might have to use Tewkesbury to represent Cheltenham upon Spa, which would be a little bit further down here. Cheltenham Spa, even. You're getting distracted. We've got Droitwich Spa there. That's probably what I was thinking about. We do have some other stations we're going to be putting in down here as well, which I'm looking forward to. Evesham, I believe, has a station. We have lots of rivers going along here. I guess it's the Severn. The River Severn. Is that the River Severn? Would that make sense? That's probably close. What's this one then? That's the Severn. What's this one? Come on, someone have... It's the River Avon. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So the River Avon and the River Severn. Look how far south we're going over here. So over this way, we're right down to the south end there. And over this side, we're heading to the south on this section of the map too. We've obviously got Worcester to put in. We've got Kettering somewhere. Not Kettering, Kidderminster. Yes, Kettering would be all the way over the other side. Okay. Stations are in. I will call this Redditch. These are the suburbs in Redditch. Moon's Moat South. I don't know why I chose some of these. I really don't. I'm sure I had my reasons at the time. Now we're going to have to do some serious signalling. I'd like to pause this briefly. Should we try and figure out the signals? And we're going to have as many one way as possible. Eventually, we're going to have the wonderful ones by Kilocans, these 3-aspect British ones. Until I do my cab ride, I would like a few cab rides with the my favourite. Just because they got the height, I feel like they're imposing. So you're going to be one there, going to be one leaving, and there's going to be one at the junction. Do we need one entering the station? Probably do. We'll put you there. So this signal is protecting this junction, this single bit of track here, and we'll have the same there, and that signal's protecting trains heading this way into it. We don't want a signal at the platform, beginning of the platform. In fact, we'll only have it entering the junction. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. We could have a clearing signal here though. I think we've got enough room. The trains are not that long. Yeah, I think we've got enough room to stick another short signal here. They're possibly going to fit in there. I don't know. Now, once you get to this section, we're going to have two-way signal. I don't like putting it in there because I feel they might get confused. But if we do two, there should be no opposing signals there. This one, I'm a little worried about how the AI will handle that. We'll see how it goes. It should work, as these are both two-way. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we want to do something similar here with our signalling. This time we do want them two-way. I don't think anything terminates at Barnt Green and turns around, so we're going to have that one way. And then we're going to have more blocking here. This is how I feel the network goes, and we're going to do something similar just here as well. There we go. I think that works quite well. obviously. Our trains are going to be this side. Oh, please fit. Just. The trains are going to be this side, heading south, and they're going to be this side, heading north. And that should be accurate. I can see how it works now. No trains stop on this central island. So it does kind of work for us. There and there. This is where you want the gantry running across the top, isn't it? And that'll look kind of cool. That should be good there. So how does this bit work? I have no idea. Ooh, wait a minute. One of these needs... No. I know how we'll do it. It's not going to be two-way. It is going to be one-way. We're going to use this place here. This is going to have a one-way entry signal. There we go. Yes, I like that. Brilliant. This is where our train's going to... Our rare service is... Not rare. It's just not very frequent. Service is going to run. We can probably get away with no signals in the middle. Welcome to Signalsville. Do you know... I feel like that needs to be two-way. They might use it to turn around. So we'll have one of them two-way. But this is definitely going to be one-way. Because that is the main line. These two in the middle are the main line. Oh, how close are we to that junction? Very close. So we don't want that to happen. So if we're saying the two middle ones are the main line, how does that even work? Oh, this section's probably quite quick. They probably drift over onto there. That would work. So this is definitely one way. Yes, it is. That is one way. Those are two way. What are you doing there? That might work. No, that might work. I'm not sure what they do here. They kind of dance about, don't they? I feel like that would be one way. That would be one way. Yes. That's sort of working for me. This would be one way. I don't think anything turns around at Kings Norton and heads back. If it does, we can change this. But I feel this is how... Wait. How's that? What are you doing there, Gran? This would be... Okay, it's going to split, isn't it? You're going to head that way. And you're going to split off there. So this is actually coming this way, one way. I like that. And this is heading that way. Yeah, because you're going to be on that side. We figured it, I think. I think we figured that junction. And how are we looking here? We've got a bit of room, haven't we? Let's make sure we have some short signals, because there's going to be a lot of action around there. And can we have a couple of short signals here? It would be... This would be a slow line of sorts. Goodness me, it's a mess. There would be one there. And there would be one there. No, that's going to all sorts of block everything. We're probably not going to have the fast line with a signal. Oh, actually, yes we can. It's going to be up here. Alright guys, I think we've got it. I'm looking, and we're protecting. I wish I could draw on the screen. We're in. We're in with signals. I think we're good. We're a little over halfway. Or quite a bit. In recording wise. That took a lot of doing. And we're not finished with the signals. We're going to put them in, and I'll edit as necessary. Because I made a bit of a meal of that. There we go. One there. That's fine. Well, we're going to need some blocking here. There is going to be that little section about where I'm putting these signals here, which we will do at some point. It's going to be part of the network and necessary for detailing. So when we're cab riding, you'll know where you are. Okay, there's a whole section that we need to do here. We're just going to do our usual and have it about 40, because you're not going to need him to be quick, are you? There we go. Beautiful. You're in. We're going to have two-way signals here on the outside platforms. Sides. We're going to have one way in the middle. I don't think they're going to be turning around on the main line. And we will have one way on the other end and two way just in case we want to use it that way round. Okay, and we've got one way just there. That should be good for us. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to save that. And we're going to do some crazy work with services. Okay, we're all saved. We are... I've noticed something while I was saving it. I feel like the cross-country trains are going to head this way, on this side. The ones that are heading round and stopping at the university, which we don't have. I feel like I want to call Bourneville the university. I would really like our trains to stop there. Selly Oak, I want to keep. I don't know. I feel like we should change Bourneville to the university. It might work for us because that's where our cross-country trains stop. Talking of which, they might come through here then and stop there. Oh, it's a toughie. We could just stop at Bourneville instead. Even though it's not 100% right. I don't feel like this is two-way. Although, saying that, I'm not sure. This one would be passing through that way then. Because we've got two-way track here, two-way track there. And then we head to four tracks with up and down next to each other. It's going to be a bit of a minefield here, isn't it? Well, we know for sure that the middle island on this platform isn't used, which makes me feel like they get into the correct lanes there, but there's no way for trains coming this way to get across there, which means going that way they're going to have to cross over into and run that way. This should be fun, shouldn't it? This should be fun. I don't know. I can't see them sharing this outside platform. I feel like they might use it to pass the slower commuter trains on the city line. You know what? We'll put a two-way signal there in case we feel like using it like that. Okay. Then that can't be one way, can it? At all. But then that might be... Wait, can you get over that? Yes, maybe they do share that. We're going to get rid of this. No, we're going to leave it in there. It's one way. They might... We could use it to turn around at Kings Norton if need be. And we'll just have lots of signals there. I feel like I can see how this works. Okay, experiment time. We do have one service at the moment. This is not how it's going to be. This one is going to be... Do you stop at P... I want you to stop at P12 and 8 if possible. Where are you currently stopping? Yeah, I want you on 12, not 10. Is that right? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's where you should be stopping. 12. Better. This one is going to be... Cross City Line. We're going to create a new one for our experiment trains. This is going to be our... Oh, actually, that might be a bit silly. How many vehicles... No, this is going to be... Come on, Gran. You had a plan and you're ruining it. I'll talk about the experiment in a second. This is going to be the Redditch service. There we go. Cross City Line Redditch. We need 12 trains on there. There are 3 alternating services leaving Redditch. Now, the way I do my recreations for services is I generally pick a pattern between 9 AM and 5 PM, somewhere in that region, leaving out peak hours and late night services or early morning services and go for the most common in the off-peak. So that's what we're going with Redditch and Bromsgrove, and we're having that special service that terminates at Longbridge, wherever you are, your Longbridge, and we'll turn around here, and we'll also terminate at Four Oaks down there. Right, for this service is going to be a little bit crazy, to say the least. 8 is right. What I want to do in order to make this work, though, we're just going to have to dump all of this. Otherwise, we're going to get in a right pickle. we really are. So we're going to dump all of this. Are you ready? Remove all the stations. Yes, please. Right, it's done. Line contains too few stations. It actually contains no station. Okay, now, where are we? Where are we? Redditch. This is the Redditch service. Let's do it. You're going from Redditch to Alf Church to Barnt Green. To there. We're just going to go all the way. We're stopping at every station. So it's not too difficult in that respect. And obviously we're going into Birmingham New Street. This way we're going on P8. And we're going into Duddeston. And then the rest is normal on this first one. I've hidden my notes because I am brilliant. This first service is going all the way to Trent Valley, Lichfield Trent Valley. How far are we? So we're going to stop there. Move all the way up. You're like, Gran, you just done exactly the same as what you did before. We don't stop there. We are going to stop there, and finally we stop there. This crossover is there, so that's good. And then we head all the way back. Our first experiment is going to be representing all services in a ginormous single line. And our second experiment, which will be for Bromsgrove, each of these are going to be a separate service. So we'll see which one performs better. That Birmingham New Street is going to be 12. Hopefully I don't forget some of these, because there are a lot of them. I might edit out me adding all these, because there's a lot. We'll have to sort out the platforms. Are you called Crofton Hackett? You're not supposed to be, are you? What are you supposed to be? We'll sort that out in a second. Let's finish off this. Barnt Green, and finally Alf Church. So that's the first representation of our cross city line. That's why that's there. That's 100% right. This is right. Good job. First off, though, shall we not call it that? That's Longbridge. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. Now it's making more sense. Okay, so far so good. You're doing all the right things apart from this is amazingly terrible. Well, that's easy to sort out. After Northfield, could you please stick to that line? Thank you. And you don't want to be at Kings Norton on the way back on that side. You want to scoot over to what would be P4. I don't know what you're doing there, but it's interesting. So after Kings Norton, you're going to have to go via there, please. Stay off that line. Oh, there is absolutely no reason to do that. We might have to put a little signal in. Let's put a little waypoint in, because I don't want them to do that little wiggle. I mean, it will look interesting, but not what we want. So let's put as a dwarf signal in. Just there. I want to kill a Kansas. There we go. A little LED one. Mix it up a bit. And then that way we can send you through here. There we go. Beautiful. That's that bit done. That's okay now. Let's check how you're doing on Birmingham New Street's junctions. Are you doing nice things? Yes, you are. I didn't think you'd struggle too much on that. We're sending them up here because I don't want to disrupt the lines coming in, because we're missing a crossover up into here. Because if I try and build under these two stations, it goes horribly wrong. Now, you're currently using Duddeston, wrong platform as well. This one doesn't exist, even though it looks like it does. I know we could probably bring it into service, but we might as well stick to how the line actually goes. There we go. And are we good now? So far so good. I think we've got it. 4 Oaks. We're not turning around there just yet. And all the way to Trent Valley. Now what we do, we'll do this once so you get the idea, and then I'll go away and I'll add them all, and then we'll get the right amount of trains on. We're going to go back to Redditch again. Not there. Goodness me. After Old Church, you go back to Redditch, and then we head back here to Alf Church again. I know. But this is how we're going to represent the different services. This service that we're about to do, and you're going to have to go via that signal, is going to be the one that terminates at 4 Oaks. And then the final one is the one that terminates at Lichfield City. And that's the 3 regular services that go through here. You're going on 8. I'll be interested to see how this all works. Like I said, I'll go away and I'll do them and give you a brief overview of them so that we're not messing around watching me do the same old stations. This is the Four Oaks one. So yes, you turn around there and then you head all the way back through Sutton Coldfield. There are so many stops. So I'm not sure which is going to be the best way for the AI, how they use the services, how the scheduler or the dispatcher sorts the trains out and keeps them spaced. It's going to be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it though. All right, guys. Big drink of tea for me. I have done all the crazy. There's our 2 experiments. The cross-city line for Redditch is doing what you can see there on the left in one ginormous line that just continues as it goes, and then obviously Bromsgrove is doing it as 3 separate services or 3 separate lines. So there you go. They all do different things. Some terminate at Four Oaks, some at Lichfield City, and some at Lichfield Trent Valley. We have the 3 different services that branch off to Redditch or Bromsgrove. Okay, so the cross-city line, roughly trains are every 5 minutes-ish. The last thing we'll do is we'll hide all of that and we'll bring those up eventually. Oh, hit delete, get rid of all that. And we're going to do our special one, which is another new line. The cross-city line, Longbridge, Four Oaks. And that's the peak service, or we'll call it night service. There we go. And that's just going to do something similar. We're going to hide all that. We don't get confused, except what you do is you actually start at Barnt Green turnaround. That's not what we're going to call it. Then you go to Longbridge. Then you do all the same as what I just did. It stops at all the things all the way to Four Oaks. Alrighty, let's tidy this up. That's going to be our rare service. There's only going to be 2 trains running that, and so they're not very frequent. After Northfield, we're doing all the shenanigans again, and then you want to be 1. I just did this like a million times, so I'm pretty good at it. And then you want to be on 4, and then after Kings Norton, you add those 2 signals, and then let's just make sure you're stopping at the correct platforms here. Do you know, I'm tempted to make these, I don't know whether they are, stop at 11 and 7. Just to spice it up a bit for some strange train manoeuvring. Just to mix it up. You don't want to stop at 3, do you? 2. You just told everybody that you've been doing this a million times, so you're good at it. And then you do that. Anyhow, that's going to be our little rare service, or not rare, infrequent service, representing night. So let's get some trains on. And they can come out of our new depot, I hope. I'm pretty sure you can... Ooh, can you? Yeah, you can scoot on over there. That is perfect. Let's buy us... now, whatever these are going to be, I don't know whether we should mix them up. We're going to go with locomotives. We have all the new BR coloured, or insignia'd. So let's pick us a train. Oh, we have the LNER Peppercorn A1. Doesn't he look fabulous? Not for the cross-city line, though. We don't want thousands of those going around. All those. Castle class. Aging. I like. BR. Well, we do want aging, don't we? Which one do we want, then? That is the question. Ooh, a little Fowler pulling them. Suburban passenger services. There we go. He's new, isn't he? I don't know. You can't colour these, but that doesn't matter. We'll just have the carriages coloured. That's it. Fowlers are running this. Let's do it. British Railways. Perfect. Don't set the line yet. You're going to need the carriages on there. Wagons. What we got? If we do passenger only, it'll be a lot easier. What we got? BR. Oh, look at the new colour schemes. We've got the Suburbans, haven't we? Oh, that can be coloured. So we'll have... What are they like? 3 or 4 car units, aren't they? We'll have... Well, we've got to be careful because our platforms are not very big. But, yeah, we should be able to do this. We want a rear brake car. That's 71. I kind of like that. Kind of like that setup. It should be 4 actual carriages. Should we put another one on, see how long it is? Let's put another... Right, that's the 2. Duplicate. This is the 2 that are going to do our rare service. This one here, our night run. And that's going to be this line here. I think I can remember what trains we had there. Let's go over here. We'll sort all our trains out. It's going to be a bit hectic. At least for now, we should play this. We'll take a look at these trains coming out. Let's have a look at the new Fowlers. There we go. Oh, you're lovely. Oh, they look the business, don't they? With their orange cabs on to represent the cross-city line trains. They're 4 trains long now. What sort of speeds are you up to, sir? How are you managing that? Mediocre? Do you know, that's not bad, is it? They don't have to do the incline. Or they do have to do it. Some of them will have to do that climb. Maybe it'll slow them down a little bit. Off he goes. That's our first train out onto the main line. Now what we'll do is we'll sort out our other Redditch service. And let's bring up this. Only what we can see. The one we have running. You're all going to get new trains. Which is wonderful news. And they're all going to be BR trains. Vehicles. How many do you have? I'd like 12 on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 more we've got to add to this. They're 18 years old anyhow. So they were 3 car. We've extended them. We're going to get rid of all of this and put the new stuff on. Right, let's add you on. And then wagons, passenger. What did we have? We had 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And a rear brake car. And we're going to replace you now. That's your new trains. There we go. They're all going to get replaced. The frequency is only 12 minutes, which is quite amazing. Given all that shenanigans, I'd be interested to see what each of these frequencies are. Meaning, if that... Oh, that might be the old timings. We'll check on it over time. Right, let's do this. Let's add 4 more. Buy trains. You should have checked... Oh, you just missed the... You probably... I don't know what you're doing, actually. You're doing a... Oh, you might be confused. It's okay. You'll change soon. He probably doesn't know what he's doing. We're going to have to put 4 more on the... Where are you? We'll have a spare. Because we're going to have to put 4 and 4 on the other one. Let's set line. Which one is this? It's the Redditch line, right? Redditch line. Redditch line. And then we've got 4 to go on the... 4 Oaks. Let's do 4 Oaks there. And then we'll do the same. Does it remember where we're sat? It doesn't, does it? I'll just do them individually, and we'll have some fancy editing shenanigans to get all these on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright guys, they are all going on their respective lines. It's going to be a bit crowded in here for a while. And hopefully they'll all spread out and we'll just see how they go. There goes our new train. In come the train's trying to figure out what they're doing. Hopefully we don't get too many problems. What are you? You are the new Redditch train. Let's take a ride. What are you, sir? You are the night train. Working on the night. Don't sing, because what you could do is end up with a copyright strike. That's not good. Don't do that. Okay. Shall we end today? Well, look at all the fuel in here. Oh, that was a bit laggy, wasn't it? Look at our fuel trucks. They're picking up lots and lots of fuel. We might need more trucks on there. In fact, we might need a boatload more trucks on there. How many you got on there? You have vehicles. You have a few. You might be alright. You might handle it. Let's see how the passengers manage that. We could take a look at Birmingham and see which one they favour. Interesting. Most of them are going for the Longbridge 4 Oaks night train. Don't know why. Probably because it's new. We're going to have to wait a little while. They've starting to queue up for that one. In fact, they're splitting up. Look at that. Via Duddeston, via... I wish it could say which one was which turn round it was. that has been quite a hectic episode, and probably our most complex line to date as far as different services go. It was a tricky one. We've got our entire cross-city line in. We are not done by a long shot. We are done with the cross-city line as far as putting the stations in. It still needs a bit of detailing, and we'll tidy up some things here and there. Is this the Redditch train? This is our first Redditch train. This would be a nice one to jump on and just see what happens. Obviously, we're not going to get, as someone's walking up to the station, I was going to say we're not going to get many people waiting at Alf's Church yet. Alf Church. I'll get there. But, yeah, apparently someone wants to hop on board. Don't know where they're heading. We'll find out. So when we come back for Sunday's episode, we'll take a look. We'll let it play while we're doing some work. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. I might add a bus service in to King's Norton, and I'll choose one of the bus services there so we can get some buses on the roads, because that would be lovely. I miss my buses. I'm also a fan of buses, if you haven't guessed yet. I just love public transport apparently, and the logistics involved with such, which is why I play these games and love them. Alright guys, I am going to leave you with our little cab ride. It should be a little busy, and yes, I'll see you on Sunday. We'll figure out what we're doing by then. Thank you everyone for watching and subscribing. You're all awesome. I still can't believe what's happening to my channel. It's yeah, beyond words. I wish I could thank you all individually. I do my best to, and hope you enjoy the cab ride, or what, a little bit of it anyway, until we get the proper cab ride videos in. So until next time, take care.